Neffyness. Today I have a DIY project which is working in this notebook that I've had for a while, and as you can see there's different sections to it. I just added the tabs before I started this video, before I started the filming, but I'm wanting to have a notebook where I can have all my notes and all my planning for my blog posts and for YouTube. And I feel like I need um, just like a notebook type planner, because working in an actual planner doesn't really work for me. I'm always kind of weird when it comes to planners, and I'm very specific as to, how it's going to work and how it's going to work with me in my head. So I'm using this notebook that I got from Target, and as you can see, it's from um, it said in the front, it said Webster's, I believe. I think I'm wrong. Yes, I'm totally wrong. It is the Cambridge edition, actually. I'm sorry. And I found this notebook at Target last year, and I have been using it, just as I am planning to use it as like a blog notes, but I never really kept up with my blog, and I kind of was just going with the flow. But now that I have created a steady schedule for posting, and I've got a whole agenda now, I am gonna come in and actually fix up all these ugly things that I had on there, which was just my own writing. So I'm coming in, as you saw, with the confetti papers from Crate Paper and also the chipboard stickers, and then I'm coming in with the Jen Hadfield DIY home cardboard stickers. And surprisingly, these two collections, in the way that I'm using them to decorate these dividers, worked really well together. So the plan for me in this DIY video is to, keep using this notebook as I always have been, but just make it a little prettier, and that way, I can feel way more inspired. And I'm sorry if you hear all this noise in the background. Like I have mentioned in a previous video that I was doing the voiceover, we are going through like some crazy, insane construction outside of my house, and I refuse to let that stop me doing what I have to do here. So if you hear all the background noise and it gets crazy, I'll try my best and cut off when it gets really loud, but it's just construction, it's just background noise. So as you can see, I have been working in the title page, and this title page is just like as the entrance to the notebook, and I'm just going to be putting my social media name, which is All the Neffyness. And I actually want to give you guys a little background as to how I got started. I thought that would be a really fun thing to include in this video. So first of all, I have been into scrapbooking probably since I was 16 years old. I got introduced to it by a friend at church, and I remember she took me into a scrapbooking store, and it honestly, when I walked in, the smell of paper, like, you guys, I think you guys should understand what I'm talking about when you walk into a scrapbook store. Just that smell of paper kind of hit me in the face, and then it was just love at first sight, and there has been no separating us since I was about 16. And I just kept getting into it, and I was always too afraid to actually get my hands dirty. At first, I would do a kind of like a lot of projects. I would do a lot of just like decorating and creating little gifts or little journals, but I never really got into the 12 by 12 spreads or mini journaling until about I would say last year, when my husband and I finally moved into our own place after my son was born, and I finally had the space to create myself a little corner and to create. So ever since about last year in August, I have been fully dedicated to, working in 12 by 12 layouts and just creating. I do have a lot of journals, and I do have smash books and everything. I actually have a memory planner from before I actually started this 12 by 12 scrapbooking. Um, so it's been a journey, and I've loved it, and I finally have committed to it. And I think, honestly, I think it's because I had my son, and I just want to keep these memories for him and for any other children I may have in the future. I honestly think that scrapbooks are treasures, and that keeping those memories and for your children to look back one day are extremely special. But not just that, you also get to enjoy the process. And I mean, for people who love scrapbooking, they totally understand that, and I'm pretty sure that you guys do too. So I'm honestly just doing what I love. And I'm happy to be here. And I jumped and got into YouTube, and I've been doing this, and so now I'm really trying to focus on just creating content for my followers, and I have a beautiful following, and the community is amazing. There's so much support, there's so much positivity, and I'm just happy doing this. Like I don't think I've ever been as happy and also as supported as I have been this past year. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my husband, we're only 25 years old. Um, it's not that old. It's quite young. I still feel quite young, and so does my husband. But, working on a single income is not always easy, but we manage, and my husband supports me 100% with this hobby, and I just appreciate him so much because he knows how much it makes me happy, and I just think I'm one lucky girl to be able to do that. So yes, I think I just went on like a full-on rant. But that's basically my backstory. I have a lot of goals with scrapbooking, and so I'm just taking the necessary steps to get there. And so, first off, it's to just have fun with it. And that's what I'm doing here. I hope you guys have been enjoying the process here. As you can see, I'm taking the same materials. I'm trying to use as much of the scraps that I'm leaving from these papers to reuse them in the next divider. So, this is the first divider. This one will be the current posts for notes, or for, like just create like an outline of what the post will be. And I'm just going to create the divider for this. And I'm using, like I said, the confetti collection, and the chipboards are just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Like I'm using the prettiest ones I can find, but at the same time, I'm not using the pretty fullest ones I can find, because I do want to use them in a layout later on. So yes, my son is playing with me. He's bringing in his cars, showing everybody all his favorite little cars. He's pretty gentle with my stuff lately. As long as I let him come up there, then it's fine. It doesn't bother me as long as he's not ripping my papers away. So it's all good. These black and white stickers are from Studio Calico, and I absolutely love these letters. Like, I don't know if Studio Calico will keep selling this. I really honestly haven't checked, but I would love to find like a booklet just full of these, because these are so just versatile, and they are perfect because you get the white background, doesn't matter what kind of paper you're using, what kind of pattern it's over, and it just stands out really well because it's black letters. So I'm going to be having 4 dividers here, and it's basically, just what works for me. I want to keep my current posts separated from my future posts, and then I want to have a notes section. And then I'm having a 4th section, which will be probably for my ideas. And I think that's what I'm showing you guys now what it looks like. And I want it to be consistent. I want it to match. So now I'm going to get started on the 3rd divider. And like I said, I'm trying to use the scraps that I've already used, and then just somehow finish up all those scraps and then cover up those words that I've already written on the sheet. I really wish I had nice script writing, but that is not one of the skills I have. My writing is quite horrible, and I know it takes practice, and it just, you have to dedicate yourself and learn how to do it. But I have never really been the pen and paper kind of girl where you will see me trying to figure out like graphics. Like, that's just not what's for me. I'm the one who, will create something out of something else, not really out of my head. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but that's basically the reason why I don't have the patience to learn how to better my writing and learn, all these beautiful script writing. But it is, in my bucket list. I do want to take a class soon on script writing, or I know that sometimes, I could even find printables on Pinterest. So it's just on the long list of to-dos. But for now, as you saw, I used up all these little scraps, and then I'm just going to be creating a little grid area on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side I'll be putting my title. And I believe this title will be the topic ideas, and then I'm just going to be embellishing now. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of music. Alrighty, so I finished off the second divider, as you guys saw, and I've been showing you guys from the beginning, just so that you guys can see how they all look so pretty together. And this section will now be the notes section, and this one was actually kind of like the simplest one, and I like it. I used that little quote card from the D.I.Y home collection that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm just trying to see how else I can finish it off. I'm not really trying to go overboard with this. It's just the divider page, and I'm sorry, my video cut off here. So I finished that one off, the third one, I'm sorry, and it was pretty simple. That was pretty much how much I showed. Pretty soon here I will be showing you what it looked like, just because it cut off so abruptly. I'm sorry about that. I checked my camera and it had stopped filming. It only films like 29 minutes at a time, and I didn't even hear it turn off. So I'm glad I caught myself here, otherwise I could have missed this whole section. So this is the third one, and the third divider is the future planning one. And So if you guys have noticed, I've been incorporating kind of the same idea through the dividers, just, pieces of paper and then the black and white alpha, the chipboard sticker, and one of the Hatfield stickers, and then I've been using these cork dots on every single one as well. So I'm just trying to keep it as consistent as possible, but each divider, of course, has its own little personality and its own little way of working. So I don't know if you guys have ever created something like this for your blog planning and your social media planning. But I would recommend you guys to try something like this if you feel like you can't think in a planner already, bought from a store. I recommend that you just grab yourself a notebook and, create those dividers for yourself the way that this one is, just because, it'll work for you and it works with the way you plan your things and the way use your materials and prepare for your blogging and your YouTubing and all of that. So just, do what works for you. And so I'm going to come in right here right now to fix the letter the letter the in the front page, because I did not like those teal letters. I'm just going to be using the white letters as well. And that is pretty much it, guys. I'm going to add some photos at the end, and I really hope you enjoyed this process. Thank you for coming once again, and I hope you guys really enjoyed my tell-all this time. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.